Since 2002, the Bach Society of Dayton has been lifting spirits with their awe-inspiring choral singing.
I think a lot of people will tell you, Bach's not my thing, or classical music isn't really my thing.
Okay, here we go. Begin.
We want to challenge those assumptions. This is music that was written for kings, for royalty. Come and listen to some of the greatest music ever written, and maybe what you find is something that really you needed, that you didn't know you were missing. The Bach Society is kind of a unique organization. It is made up of entirely volunteer singers, but we pride ourselves on singing at a professional level. We come literally from all walks of life, and I like to think that we're filling a niche in the Dayton area that isn't already filled in terms of classical music.
The Bach Society of Dayton is really all about choral excellence and bringing that to the local community. And I also think it's about being able to create collaborations with other groups within the community.
The mission of the Bach Society of Dayton is to perform and promote the appreciation of choral music, both sacred and secular, and to nurture the next generation of choral singers.
I think no matter what age you are, we all love music. The main criteria for anybody is just if you want to sing. I didn't ever feel any sort of pressure or any sort of constraint because I was younger. It was just, I wanted to sing just like the person next to me who might have been older than me or not. All sorts of people are members of the choir.
It is not only Bach. We perform a lot of Bach, but we also perform music of Mozart and Haydn and Handel, folk songs, spirituals, some a cappella. We also want to provide variety in our concerts, and so we do collaborations. We bring in dancers, we bring in choirs of young singers, brass groups.
Other cities and countries do have their own Bach societies, and they're all just a little bit different, but we're all, again, a little bit alike. We all kind of have a common thread about choral excellence and this beautiful music and keeping it alive through the generations.
Johann Sebastian Bach is probably the greatest composer. Now, I'm going to get a lot of pushback on that, but his music is timeless.
His music is so compelling, and he was so inventive. Sure, you can say, okay, Mozart was the next generation, and he looked to Bach as an inspiration. But every musician since then has drawn on Bach's techniques, his instrumentation, his use of harmonies and counterpoint. Those are all found in Western music ever since. You'll find those influences through jazz, hip-hop, heavy metal music. If you talk to real musicians in those genres, a lot of them have actually been inspired by Bach's works because they're so methodical and reliable and still very vital. Four times a year, we'll have concerts at the Kettering Adventist Church. Not everybody can make it to a concert, so we try to do a little bit of outreach.
Tonight's anthem is being performed by the Bach Society of Dayton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
One of the projects that we started a couple years ago is called Sing Dayton. We'll go to a small venue. The idea is to bring people from the community to come and enjoy socializing and singing. There's zero requirement that you know how to sing, that you know how to read music. And we're not doing lofty music. We'll do pop songs, and we'll sing for a little bit, and then we'll take a break and have a beer together. I think it's really special, and I think it really taps into a need. And not everybody can be a Beyonce, and not everybody can sing the high notes with Aerosmith, but certainly not everybody's accustomed to singing Bach either. We just want people singing a joyful, soulful activity.
I was in Bach Society during my gap year. I loved getting to experience all sorts of new music. I don't think St. Matthew's Passion was necessarily on my Spotify playlist, but singing it made me love it all the more.
I love music that I've never sung before and struggling with it and learning it and rehearsing it, and then all of a sudden, this amazing thing happens. I don't know how it happens in your brain, but then your brain just figures it out. Especially stuff where we're singing in a different language, and it's really challenging with pitch and really challenging with rhythm. And then all of a sudden, it just comes together into this beautiful masterpiece. And when that happens, that moment, that's the thing I love the best. It is amazing, it's thrilling, it's satisfying. I don't know that you can really get that anywhere else. You know, coming together as a group, all of us from different walks of life, different occupations, and we work really hard, and then there we are. And then you create this beautiful thing, and the audience is just, you can tell we're moving them. There's just nothing like it. It's just indescribably wonderful. And you may not know Latin, you may not know German, you may not know the piece, but I said, you are just really going to be blown away by this.
Just give us a try. Just come one time, and you'll be hooked. You'll want to come back.